Is this budget dead dragon deck a meme or a dream? Today we're going to be testing out if this very accessible deck is any good in the Mythic rank. Let's immediately dive in. This is a very weird death deck with a number of different win conditions, but the main theme of this deck is going to be the afterlife effects of our dragons. We have the usual suspects, the Blackfire fledglings, but we also have combo cards like Spirit Storm and Sons of Rebirth. We basically have a lot of cheap dragons with unique Dread Touch and Afterlife abilities that synergize well with each other, and basically we want to play this like a tempo deck to gain control of the board and basically force our opponent to just lose the game by triggering the afterlife of our dragons while they are on the board, but also in our void. So let's immediately try this deck out in Mythic and see if it is any good or not. We're playing against the Nature Domain in the first game of our Weekend rank. Let me start with my dragon on the first turn of the game. So basically we're playing against one of the meta decks right now. Let me immediately throw my Carrion Nester down on the board to get another dead dragon as soon as this creature goes down. Oh, that's going to miss, which makes me a little happy, actually, because on the next turn I can deal 5 damage to my opponent. Actually, not only am I going to deal 5 damage to my opponent, I am going to draw a card and also maintain the board, because I can Dread Touch my Catacomb Pariah here to activate the ability of my creature. And that was a very strong tempo play for us. We are dealing 3 more damage to my opponent, and so far I am quite happy. But keep in mind that the Nature Domain now has some very strong control cards, exactly. So my opponent is going to reclaim the board, but it's not the end of the world. That's a dragon for us. I can play my Omen Seed here and just use my Get Power. Yep, there goes Regression. Oh, but that's not too bad actually. And now, do I just play Glean to draw a couple of cards and actually play on my mana curve as well? Yep, sounds about right. There's a Void Watcher, but guys, I am more than happy because that is a counter to our deck and our Blackfire dragons were still in my hand, so my opponent could not clear them from the void. I can play Bad Luck here, honestly, because I really want to deal 5 damage to my opponent on this turn. Then I'm just going to attack here. Then I am dealing 5 more damage to my opponent, and let me throw one of my dragons down on the board. We really need to be smart in this game, because my opponent has a lot of answers. The Dearly Departed, we don't really mind that either. It's not like we have a very strong threat in our hand. Okay, there goes my other Blackfire Sign on Assault, that's fine by me. I mean, we're losing a dragon, but we're in a very okay position, since we can deal 8 damage to my opponent now. The only problem that we have is that we know that my opponent has blood in the water, so we really need to play this smart. I am obviously attacking my opponent directly. Do I just play the Trial Begins here to draw another dragon? The Catacomb Pariah is actually very good. Or I can even play this. I think I'm going to get this dragon, because this is going to be a counter to my opponent's Blood in the Water. Yep, and my opponent has 6 mana to deal with a very... Here comes Blood in the Water probably, right? But still, it's not enough. Drag down! Oh wow, that's another very strong removal. But, wait, are we winning the game on the next turn? Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, my opponent didn't mana surge it. What? Oh, I guess we're winning the game. And guys, just like that, we are winning the game. Let me just play an Empire Reborn for style points. And that is going to be game number 1 in our favor against one of the top meta archetypes in Gods Unchained right now. So this budget deck, okay, that's a very good start. Let's try it again in another game, immediately. This time we're playing against the War Domain. Oh, it's even an Olympian deck, how cool. So let me just throw you down on the board, and then I guess I'm ending my turn. Let's immediately draw another dragon, since my opponent made the trade. And that is going to be Wolf Recruits for my opponent, okay. Wow, I'm a little afraid, because I don't think we have enough in this deck to win in this matchup. Let me immediately play my Brood Parasite here, and I am even going to play Fleshbind, because I want to start having some tempo and some value on the board. Even though that's not going to heal me up at all. Sons of Rebirth is okay as well. Yep, my opponent is going to make a very easy trade happen here, but we still have a strong play on the next turn. Let me immediately play my Lootable Corpse, and then I can Dread Touch my Sons of Rebirth to draw a couple of cards. Let me show you how. First I'm going to get rid of you to summon a Dread Hive, and then I'm going to draw a dragon here. We get a Brimstone, we get another dragon, and we have a creature on the board just for 3 mana, so not too bad. Another Wolf Recruits, okay, my opponent is going to lose a lot of tempo now, and I am going to try to punish that by playing Clean, since we just top-decked him. That's a Village Ventor, that's a Parthian Guardian, that's quite strong actually. Now we really need to find my Catacomb Pariah. Where are you? We had you in the last game. Blight Bomb is actually very good. Do I just start with Brimstone? I think I will. Let's try to find a better solution to our problems here. Fleshbind is not what I'm looking for, so let me just play my Blight Bomb on this. And then I think I'm just going to play my Carrion Nester and get rid of those two. Sadly, my opponent is going to mitigate 9 damage. Let me just play the Gleam Weaver as well, since we really want to get rid of any chance that my opponent has to play Retribution. And that's going to beat. Yep. Oh wow. Okay, that is very strong. Catacomb Pariah, do you help me here? Not really. We have to destroy a lot of creatures to get rid of this, so let me just start by attacking here. Then I am going to break you. Let's see what dead dragon we're going to get. Let me play you immediately. Then we are trading and dealing 5 more damage to my opponent. And I think I can actually play a Voidwood Serpent as well. Then I use my God Power and yep, that's the end of our turn. In this matchup, it is very important to keep track of how many Olympians are in your opponent's Void, since there is a card called Retribution that can deal 6 damage for 1 mana if your opponent has 6 Olympians or more in their Void. Oh wow, what? And Savage Strike, okay, so that is going to clear this, but still not the end of the world. Oh, Bad Luck is so amazing here for us. I'm going to play that immediately. That makes my life so easy because I can trade this creature immediately, summon a Dread Hive, and then I'm dealing 2 more damage. Let me also throw you down on the board, along with you. And guys, we still maintain the tempo. We make it very difficult for our opponent to clear the board. Okay, that's a Lich creature, but still. Can we trade that easily on the next turn? We'll see. Ideally, I don't want my opponent to heal up anymore. We are going to draw a dead dragon. That's okay. Let me start by attacking my opponent here. That's going to heal them up for 3 more, but we are going to summon a Dread Hive here, which is good. And honestly, now I can just play my Catacomb Pariah to deal 2 damage to my opponent, and also summon another Dread Hive, and I think I can play another Omen Seed and just end my turn. We still have a very strong board, and my opponent is probably running out of Olympians in their hand that have been already buffed up. That's going to give a lot of value to my opponent. If they follow up with another Savage Strike, I'm going to be just a little sad. Oh, well hello there. Now the question is, do we deal 14 damage to my opponent this turn, or do we play it safe? Frozen Rest is huge here for me, because I can just deal 14 damage to my opponent, guys, and put these 2 to sleep. I think I will do that actually. Then we are dealing 14 damage as planned to my opponent. And now the question is, what do we do with the remaining mana? I can just get Imperious Might, or I can get this. And honestly, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Let me take this, and I think it's time for me to play the Lootable Corpse down on the board as well. Let me spend the extra mana to use my God Power, and guys, we might actually have this in the bag. Let's see what my opponent has to say about that. Oh, another one of those. Okay. Yep, and the game is ours, just like that. My opponent is going to concede, and guys, that's a very, very solid win against another very good deck. This time we're playing against the Magic Domain, but our starting hand is terrible. Oh, and it's actually an Atlantean deck. Goodness. Do I just throw my Omen Seed down on the board? I think I will, actually. The Atlanteans are another very strong archetype right now in the meta, so let's see if our budget deck is going to stand the chance against that. Okay, that's a Bleach creature, so my opponent is going to clear that very easily. There we go. And then they're just going to use their God Power, which is still fine by me, because in all honesty I can just play my Lootable Corpse here, even though I don't really want to do that, since I want to very easily Dread Touch my Catacomb Pariah. Our hand is not very good against this matchup. We got a little unlucky. So how do we play this? I mean, guys, I'm just going to play Frozen Rest to make sure that we don't take 3 more damage on the next turn, and that's going to be it. It was a very weak turn for us, but hopefully my opponent is going to populate the board now, and I can play my Lootable Corpse and my Catacomb Pariah to clear the board. Basically, we're laying a trap. Let's see if it's going to work. Oh, my opponent is just going to not play anything. They didn't step right into my trap, so we're in a difficult spot again unless we find a very good top deck. That's a good draw for me. Let me play my Carrion Nester, and then I guess I'm just using my God Power as well. And that's going to be it. Do I even play my Blight Bomb? Just so that I can play towards my mana curve? I think I will. Let's do that. There's an Atlant Raptor for my opponent. Oh god. Oh, what? Why do you have that in your deck? I guess I'm playing you, and then my Lootable Corpse, and then I'm destroying my Lootable Corpse, just so that I can draw another card and get rid of my opponent's ward. But guys, this one we're losing. I am already sure of that. Let's trigger the Afterlife for one of our creatures, and that's going to be okay. That's cool. We're getting another dead dragon now. Oh, come on. Another one? Yeah, guys, I don't think we can realistically come back from that. You have another Lootable Corpse, and I am forced to play my Catacomb Pariah again. Let's see what we're going to draw now. And then I am even going to do something very, very silly. I'm going to destroy my own creature to make sure that we draw 2 more cards, because we really need the tempo right now. Ouch, ouchie, are we going to hurt? Yep, and there goes Francesca, and the game is over. Just like that. My opponent played very well around my deck, we'll give them that. We ended up winning 2 of our 3 games with this Dead Dragon budget deck against some very competitive opponents. Honestly, I think that this is one of the most fun new decks that you can try out. Let me know if you enjoyed this video by commenting right now, which is immediately going to enter you into my weekly giveaway. So guys, don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I am uploading Gods Unchained content daily. I am trying out new deck ideas, I am trying out meme decks, try to keep up to date with everything that is related to Gods Unchained and Web3 gaming. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all very, very soon with a brand new deck idea.